Hello everyone, it's your lovely Abbie Dagrin, and welcome back to my channel, lovelies. Today I'll be continuing a series on my channel that deals with natal chart analysis, and today I'll be doing one on Lauryn Hill. I'll be speaking on her personality traits, her characteristic traits based off of her chart. I will also be speaking on how a lot of her success has led from coming at her chart, so please stay tuned for the rest of my video, lovelies. If you have not yet become part of the Abbie Dagrin family, then this is your calling to do so. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you know when I upload videos on the daily. Please also make sure you hit that like button because I know you guys will love this video. And last but not least, please share this video with everyone you know, whether it's your friends, your family members, your enemies, or anyone who really loves Lauryn Hill or anyone who loves his content. Now let's get right into the video. So the lovely Lauryn Hill was born on May 26, 1975. So this qualifies her to be a Gemini. With this placement, she tends to be someone who's very much quick-witted, very outgoing. She's very inquisitive, agile, charming, and adaptable. Makes sense because being an air sign, being quick-witted is something that comes with them. And being charming as well. Another thing is that she is a mutable sun, so she tends to be very much adaptable to things that come in her life, regardless of whether it is good or it is bad. She's also someone who's very bright, and we can see this through her music because she's someone who's very intelligent, and she showcases this in her music and her writing and her instrumentals. She's someone who's very energetic, and she has a great sense of humor. If you watch her in interviews, you will see this a lot. So this really describes her as a person. Next up would be her moon in Sagittarius. So with this placement, she tends to be someone who is very much gonna crave power and status. This does come with Sagittarius placements. They love that. They do have a dual type of personality. They can be very independent, but they also at the same time want someone to take care of them. And at the same time, she's someone who's going to be very much happy, and she's someone whose emotions are very much incredible. She's very energetic, coming from the fire sign. She has a carefree nature, and she loves to explore the world, and she's been able to do that with her Sagittarius placement because she is a musician. She's someone who's very much optimistic. That is very much Sagittarius energy. She's someone who's very honest, and she's gonna always tell the truth. She loves freedom. She loves adventure. She's very carefree, open-minded, a go-getter, and is very friendly. Up next would be her Mercury and Gemini, and this is a very great placement to have. Gemini and Mercury is very great because it is ruled by that planet. So with this placement, she's someone who's very much able to give a response. She's adapting very quickly to different circumstances. She's very witty and very inventive because of this placement. And she is literally the queen of communication because Mercury and Gemini is very great to have. She loves discussing ideas and philosophies with other people, and her mind is always racing with different thoughts. That's why at times, even though it's a great placement, I do tend to see that a lot of them do have issues with sleeping because they literally think throughout the night. Their mind is always racing and they're thinking about different things. Their minds very rarely rest, so that's something that can be difficult for them as well. Up next would be her Venus in Cancer. So with this placement, she wants someone who is very loyal to her, and she has a lot of affirmation in the relationship. She's very romantic and platonic. This is something that she really wants in a relationship. She does not want to have a lot of hurt feelings, even though she's very sensitive and she's very intuitive and caring of her partners. But sometimes she can get out of the relationship feeling very sad and very hurt, and that's something that is very difficult for her. But she's very caring of her partner. She loves to feel comfortable. She wants to feel protected. She wants that emotionalness and that parentalness. She's very creative and she has a big heart with her partner. She's very patient, loving, and dependable. She likes sentimental gestures. It's difficult for her to forget something that has happened in a relationship. And sometimes she can go to the silent treatment when she's upset, but she tries her best to make her partner feel happy. Up next would be her Mars in Aries, and with this placement, this is very great because Aries is ruled by Mars, so it's a great placement to have. She's someone who's very confident in herself. She's very driven and very much action-oriented. She is someone who is going to start a project regardless of what the pros or cons may be, and she's just going to have a lot of that bravery in her, or anyone with this placement, to start anything. They have a lot of willpower. They're very much going to be very much great at leadership skills, leadership positions, because they're great at leading. Makes sense because it is a cardinal placement in the Mars placement. They're very much at times can be impulsive, but this can be a pro and a negative because being impulsive can get them to make the right decisions at that moment, or sometimes not the right decisions. So this is something that we'll need to work on, anyone with this placement. Up next is her Jupiter in Aries, and with this placement, she's someone who likes to travel and meet challenges head on. Very great placement for her, especially with the occupation she has in music. Driving and traveling places is something that is always going to happen because they do have to perform in different states. Meeting problems head on is very much Aries energy. They don't like to let things just lag on. They just want to deal with it right then and there. And she loves engaging in new opportunities. Being open-minded is something that really gives her the opportunities that she has always had. She's someone who's great at growing and develop an uncompromising individuality. She's someone who has to build self-discipline in order to focus her energies properly, but she's very great at that. And she's someone who's not self-centered, and she's great at looking at the needs of others as well. Up next would be her Saturn in Cancer. So this is a very interesting type of placement. They're the types of people that hold back their tendencies to avoid showing any kind of weakness. So Saturn is the opposite, or Cancer is the opposite of Capricorn, and Capricorn, great placement in Saturn. So with Saturn, you're here to learn lessons based off of the sign that is in that placement. So having a Cancer Saturn, they tend to shy away from a lot of issues that may have a lot to do with their development and character. And in order for them to not really feel the hurt, they do sometimes detach, and they don't really want to show any kind of weakness because they feel like showing emotions can be a little weak. But it's okay for you to show emotions, and it's okay for you to really process what you're going through and understand the lessons that you're put on here to understand. Up next will be her Uranus in Libra. And with this placement, she's someone that comes up with new ideas and looks at things in different ways. This is very much great for her to have and great for her to understand because she looks at things in different ways, and it's able to help people in other generations look at things. She's also someone who has an unconventional approach to relationships and emotional commitments. That's something that is very much Libra energy. They're very much different in regards to relationship. They're attracted to experiments in marriages and shared lifestyles. Personal freedom is more important to them than entangling emotional bonds. They're the types of people that love art and aesthetics, and they are attracted to bizarre and shocking and unusual things. So this describes her Uranus in Libra. Next up would be her Neptune in Sagittarius. So because of this placement, she's someone who loves a lot of variety. She loves a lot of change in her life. She loves a lot of different things in her life. And she's someone who loves uplifting experiences and learning new things. And that's something that makes her happy and enjoyable. Makes sense because Sagittarius placements tend to really love that and tend to really want to learn new things, want to be different people, want to have uplifting experiences. They want to have fun. They just want to have a great time. And that's something that they're kind of put on this earth to do, and they're very great at that. And with this, they're the types of people who are part of a generation that is very idealistic, and tradition isn't something that's always on their mind. They do respect it, but they love to learn different traditions. So they're able to make sure they have a lot of knowledge on different things because Sagittarius placements love knowledge. Up next would be her Pluto in Libra, and she's been able to gain this because she was born between 1972 and 1984. She's someone who loves a lot of harmony in her life. And this generation, Generation Y, a lot of symmetry, a lot of agreement, and a lot of pleasantness. That's something that they really want in their generation. They love to find a common ground, and they love cooperation. So they love that everyone will be able to benefit from everything that's going on. They are into global politics, transform relationships, but the sad thing about this, the caveat of this, is that sometimes peace never lasts because sometimes, the people who will create peace, it doesn't benefit them, and indecisiveness can be something that is interesting about them. Also, they know a lot of what's going on behind the scenes in this world, and they try their best to give as much information as to how to fix those issues. Next up is her North Node in Sagittarius, and with this placement, she will need to develop these attributes in order for her to uncover her hidden gifts and talents. So one of them would be reliance on intuition, prophetic abilities, and invisible guidance, speaking from a higher conscientiousness, being able to be spontaneous, developing a sense of freedom and adventure, directing communication free from censorship, trusting oneself, spending time alone and in nature, patience, intuitive listening, and hearing the meaning behind words. Also being free for her mind and explore the horizons, learning the way of the spirit, connecting to nature, teach and inspire others to live a life of splendidness, giving up superficial connections in exchange for divine connections. So this really does explain what she will need to do. Up next would be her Chiron in Aries, and this is actually one of the hardest placements to have in the Chiron placement because usually the other placements have a lot to do with the wound of other things, external issues that you can kind of run away from. But this one has a lot to do with yourself and how you feel about yourself and how you look at yourself. So you may not feel like you are important or you're worth anything good. You do not believe in yourself and you love to compare yourself with other people. And sometimes you can be self-engrossed, and this is something that is very hurtful to you. But one thing that will need to be done is moving forward with loving herself, accepting that everyone is different and you are part of everyone, and it's okay for you to be different. There's nothing wrong with that. And acknowledging their strengths and weaknesses and being okay with her strengths and weaknesses. Up next would be her ascendant/rising in Virgo, and with this placement, she's someone who's very much logical, very helpful, very neat and precise. She's very practical in everything that she does. She's very organized in everything that she does. She's meticulous and critical at times, but tries her best to not be too much. She's someone who's very dependable. She has a very shy and reserved type of persona. She can appear detached or critical. She's someone who's sensitive to bodily discomfort. She may be a very picky eater, but she's someone who's very great at pinpointing details. She can be very much attracted to those who need help. And she does not really like public displays of affection, but she's a very great person, and she's someone who will be great to have by their side or by your side in general. Last but not least would be her midheaven in Taurus. So with this placement, she has the attributes in her career of being consistent, reliable, tactful, pleasant, and resourceful. She is someone who is going to use everything in her might to make sure that she's going to be very much accomplishing. She's the type of person in her career who's going to tough it out and keep it moving. She loves being in charge, and she's great at spotting different opportunities in her life. She's someone who is going to make sure that she goes at the top of the mountain, and whatever happens is whatever happens. She's someone who's very persistent, and she's going to make sure she accomplishes everything she needs to. She's going to work as hard as she needs to in order to accomplish and get the best results, because she wants to have true security and stability in her life, so she'll make sure that her career is the best. That's all I have for you lovelies today in regards to Lauryn Hill's natal chart. Please let me know down below, did you learn more about Lauryn Hill based off of her natal chart? Please also let me know down below what your favorite song of hers is, and also who else you guys would want me to do a natal chart analysis on. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button and that notification bell, also that like button, and last but not least that share button, so you guys will be able to know when I upload videos. Last but not least, please make sure you follow me on all of my social media accounts, from your Pinterest down to my TikTok. Please also make sure you're supporting my Etsy store, as well as my PayPal, and as well as my podcast. I love you all. Please stay safe and healthy, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, lovelies.